Shout out to Bobby Shmurda. Shout out to Rowdy Rebel. All right. So Bobby Shmurda speaks out after his tour is canceled. His booking agent claims only 10 tickets were sold per city. That's unfortunate. If that were to be true. 10 tickets? 10 tickets? All right. So what did Bobby put up? Hey, to all my fans, I apologize for the tour being canceled. I take full responsibility. I have to go through lawsuits with these guys. And then he adds them um, that I knew better to do business with. Let this be a life lesson to all business owners and affiliate. Don't leave nothing in no one's hands. No matter or don't matter how much you got to work. Nobody's gonna treat your work like it's you, except if you got a top pause done done expert. All right, so a little his wording is messed up, but that happens once in a blue moon because you have money does not make you a boss. His writing is all fucked up. Make you a boss. Always, I apologize again to all of my fans. I might have to go through some lawsuits and lawyer fee money, aka the industry most wanted. Ain't nothing new. I've been fighting. So business is business, record labels, promoters, industry stuff. At this point, who the fuck is still throwing their trust to 10? You know, go all the way back to situations like Diddy and the Locks. And there's been so much public stuff to remind these young men and women, take care of you in the music industry because these people are not going to take care of you. You are just a temporary asset. And in some cases, even a liability, to be honest. That's all these artists are to these people. The moment that you can't make them money, you're going to be thrown to the wayside. Okay. Like, who don't know that at this point? And then here's a response from what appears to be possibly the promoter. Let's be clear, the tour was canceled because average ticket sales across markets were 10 per city. That's not viable under any circumstances, no matter the artist or budget. Bobby Shmurda chose to publicly vent rather than acknowledge performance metrics. His frustration is understood, but the numbers don't lie. The problem wasn't promotion, it was demand. Oh, this industry isn't about emotion, it's about execution. If 10 people are buying tickets, there's no show, period. This post was a distraction. The facts are the facts. He can show the numbers, no? Can he show that? Because that would be like nailing a coffin to just show the numbers and then there's no argument between both of them. But that is true. Tours and shows get canceled due to sales every day. B small artists already up to big artists. We talk about Bobby Shmurda, who's not in big demands right now at all. He's a small artist by scale. Whereas even an example like Drake, people were just saying this with him. They were saying the last couple shows of his recent tour was canceled because of turnout. Was it whether that's true or not? I'm not sure, but there's talk about it. Another one that just came up recently this week. They said some of Ashanti's shows or tour, or whatever, got messed up because of demand, right? Sometimes true, sometimes false. Who knows? People pointing fingers, blaming each other. Then you have the whole argument of artist versus promoter. There is some cause to debate there because you look at the battle rap world, right? In the battle rap world, the battlers are looked at to promote, to be one of the biggest pieces of promotion. For example, them doing face-offs, them doing interviews, them being on social media, because it's not like the music industry where um, the artist is already known. The songs that they're going to show up at the show and perform are already known. The fans come even knowing the lyrics. Okay, so you're already buying. If you're buying a ticket to a musician or a rapper, you're buying into that catalog of what you know already. When I just went to the Kendrick tour the other night, I knew what I was coming for the most part. Maybe I get a couple little surprises. All right, Playboy Cardi pops out on stage, dope. But I know the songs I'm gonna hear for the most part, and I have expectations already, right? It's not the case in battle rap. Battle rap, you hear fresh material, right? I need to know why what you're showing up for is worth my money, or showing up with is worth my money, because I don't know what you're bringing. I don't. In music, you're gonna come. Kendrick's gonna bring like that. He's gonna bring not like us. He's gonna bring songs from Damn and Mr. Morale and GNX. Right here goes this battle rapper. I have no clue. This is I don't. Then on top of that, I don't know if you've been on top of your A game lately. Can't show up and rap over lyrics playing over the beat like in music. So you have to sell that. The label, i.e., the battle rap league, can't sell that because they don't fucking know either. We don't know until we all show up and then see the battle was prepared, not prepared. The battler has 3 good rounds. The battler has a trash performance. The battler um, is about to have his breakout performance versus his worst performance ever. Nobody knows that. Hence, the artist and battle rap being pushed out further to the front of sell whatever you intend on coming with because nobody knows but you. So sell it, pre-sell it, okay? But in the music industry, if you could only sell 10 tickets and your fan base, which know your catalog, is not buying into you, it's also an indication of where you at career wise. Like, I'm just using the 10 ticket number. We don't know that for sure. He should put it up. But it's also an indication of where you're at. You know, I don't know the scale of these of the shows that this tour was supposed to have for Bobby Shmurda. Put it this way: you'll see artists promoting that they're on tour for all different types of scales of venues. Right? You could take a rapper from your local hood, and if his manager, not his best friend, his unofficial manager, made some phone calls and got 5 shows lined up for him in a row. You know, I got one in tri-state, I got one in New York, one in Jersey, one in Philly, whatever, Delaware, right? Upstate Buffalo, upstate New York, you know, and that for the next 5 weekends in a row. They might just tell you that's a tour. The promoter might even tell you that that's a tour. The manager might tell you that that's a tour, right? It could be 5 straight hole in the walls. You know, like we don't know that. Bobby Shmurda ain't doing no arenas or stadiums, right? You're not doing no big spots right now. Definitely not as a solo artist, right? So, you know, those could be small venues. And if you're only selling 10 tickets, you know, it could be tough times as if it possibly wasn't already for Bobby's career. But also to be fair, there's more that came out. Bobby posted some screenshots of him arguing with the promoters. All right. So to be fair, maybe or maybe not, it's about 10 tickets being sold. All right. And cursing each other out in here. When they log in, you have to tell them it's 2 separate pages, one for Facebook and the other page is for Instagram ads. So they're arguing over promotion too. Hey, bitch, let me know if you need the book mailing address to sue me. So Philip is talking to Bobby like that, it appears. Call him a bitch. And anytime we could run the fucking fade, ain't no bitch here. You ain't gonna talk to me like you have been. So I guess above, they already been cursing at each other, and they got to the point of like, yo, let's fade or let's whatever, fuck you, bitch, blah blah, all that back and forth. Cool. Philip, and then here goes the other promoter team, Squat, and it looks like they're in a group chat together. Yeah, you see the 2 names up here. So this is Bobby's post. He's putting up his group chat with these 2 people. Phil is frustrating to go through weeks of emails and calls, etc., trying to make sure a tour is being promoted correctly and have everyone act like they spending money on marketing to find out they are not. And it's tough to be lied to. People don't know about the tour, so we need to figure out how to change that. So this guy Guap is coming in to be the cooler head of the 2 folks. You see here, Phil issues an apology. Hey, Bobby, just want to apologize. Um, Looks like Bobby accepts it here. Same here. Yeah, we haven't ran any ads, right? Okay, so this is all over promotion, right? They started arguing behind the scenes. 2 music promoters, you know, they're trying to prove that they're doing paid ads on Facebook and Instagram and all this type of stuff. And Bobby's probably looking around, seeing that there's no buzz, and he maybe questioned that. Who knows how this initially started, right? But it's all over promotion. At the end of the day, you have an artist, Bobby Shmurda, who probably wants to keep his reputation and his look as good as possible. And he's probably looking at the developments. He's seeing no buzz. Nobody's talking about it. He hears about the ticket sales. He doesn't see any ads or promo running. Them on the flip side, they defend themselves, saying, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. We've been running ads, we promoting, but people ain't buying. Right. And then they get into it. They get into it. All right. That's the most fair assessment you can give, you know, as far as what we're seeing in the text messages and the posts. Is it over promo? Is it over demand? Is it over ticket sales? Is it over arguments over marketing? You know, and then they start doing shit like this to Bobby, right? Um, video of Bobby Shmurda selling a watch surfaced after news of his tour being canceled for allegedly selling only 10 tickets per city. Right. So you know what they're doing by that, right?
Shmurda said Shmurda run that bitch, and guess what, baby? It's the Dark Knight, and we back here with the next one, and we're raffling off a brand new rolling. And guess what? It's black up top and it's blue down low. It's called the Batman. If you ain't know, ha! And guess what? You can get it for $2 at doubleup.fun. We're gonna put the link right here. Listen to me. It's one more time. Doubleup.fun. You better go get you one.
Y'all really want me to get into the weeds of that a little bit? Okay. The bugged out thing too is I saw this post somewhere and I saw Rick Ross liking it. And you remember Rick Ross and Bobby Shmurda got into it. If I remember correctly, Bobby Shmurda did a video kind of laughing at Rick Ross when he was in Canada and he got punched in the face. And then there was a tour allegedly that Rick Ross got Bobby Shmurda kicked off on. And I think we saw a video from Bobby Shmurda kind of like addressing it like, come on, Rick Ross, like you getting in the way of my money? Like, what's going on? Like, damn, like, so I don't think that they rock with each other, but I did see him liking this. Like, it's perception, people. If you're a rapper, if you're famous, you're a millionaire. It's not the reality. People think that all the time. Certain rappers will sell back cars and trade in jewelry and get rid of this to get that and whatever. And that's the way they operate, or that's the financial bracket that they're in. One or the other, right? Other rappers, it's not about what they already have. It's just about acquiring more. They just have so much influx of income coming in and just buy new, buy new, buy new. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the paid ad thing. They got it Little Meech for that. You know, they was trying to say like, oh, he's broke now after 50 Cent pulled the plug. He spent all his money on Chrome Heart jeans. They did all of that to Lil Meech, and then he's popping up on Instagram talking about if you want promotion, whatever, hit me up. And people was like, ooh, that's bad timing. That kind of tells the tale. That don't look too good. So similar to this, right? If Bobby was doing a promotional a promotional ad for somebody reached out to him with a bag, so I got $10,000 for you to promote this giveaway that I'm doing. So be it, man. I'd take the bag too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be 1,000 with y'all. Have y'all caught on yet? The raffle like situations is 9 times out of 10 allegedly they be hustles. They be fucking hustles, right? Like, what does it benefit me to take my Rolex and raffle it off and let you get into the raffle for $2 and whatnot? Like, sometimes the hustle is nobody gets to watch. Sometimes the hustle is somebody gets to watch publicly, right? But it's somebody that I'm already working with. You know what I mean? It's like pulling up on a card game and everybody there is working together, and then you pull up thinking that that person just won money. You know what I'm saying? But no, them niggas they exchanging the money together. When it's all over and they go home, they're gonna bust that down together. Meanwhile, you pulled up and now it's time to do the real trick, and you just lost your bread. You just lost your rent money. You know, you talk about, damn, it was easy for him. Why wasn't it easy for me? Because they together, stupid. You know what I'm saying? These raffles be crazy because we just know how much scams be behind a lot of them and how bullshit they be. Now, when you take somebody with a brand, you know, like I always like to use the extreme just to make the point. Would you ever see Jay-Z online raffling off a watch in this type of fashion, like $2 to enter y'all and hit us up? If he raffled off a watch, it probably wouldn't even be a raffle. It'd be a giveaway. I just want to let y'all know, man, I appreciate everybody that supported my album. The next 5,000 DM that I get, I'm going to give that person a Rolex. Like, I'm just making stupid shit up. And I went all the way up to a billionaire just to paint the picture, because there's a lot of people in the middle now that they never have to involve themselves in paid ads or, you know, just look around. I don't expect to see Glorilla do this or Rihanna do this or Rick Ross do this or 50 Cent do this. And I know I'm saying a bunch of big names, but there's a bunch of middle people too. I just don't expect to see them do this. Right. So is this telling of a tale? Possibly, but I'm not mad at Bobby for doing it because Bobby ain't been on fire since he got home. I can't really name you one. I can't name one of his singles since he came home. I heard him, but him and Rowdy haven't been looking like they came home and caught fire. They came home to a lot of love. People gave them a couple gifts. You know what I'm saying? Their names was hot because they just came out of jail. Since then, it's been dead. It's been dead. But Bobby still has a name, so he's got to hustle his name. So I really ain't mad at him at all. But what y'all see in these people's names and these people's fame and what y'all see on social media ain't reality. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Bobby needs to get up there and join in $2 Rolex raffles. You never know. Or maybe he's just doing it because he's showing love to somebody. Let me be fair. You never know. But don't jump out the window and just assume that everybody got it like that because they don't.